Hi, welcome to Rules Challenge. My name's Carter Maxwell, and in this episode we're going to be taking a look at the game Stroganov by Andreas Stedding. Now, for those of you who are new to the show, this is basically just a test of your understanding of the rules of the game. I run through a series of moves in a real game situation, and periodically I'll just stop and ask legal or illegal, and then I'll answer the question and give some explanation. I do focus on rules that people tend to misunderstand or forget. So in addition to being a test, this does function somewhat like an FAQ. Before we get started on the test itself, there are a couple things I want to go over that I hope will make your plays of the game go a little bit more smoothly. The first thing I want to suggest is to make very deliberate use of this graphic here that shows you basically how a turn is structured. I've added some pieces here from a copy of Hansa Teutonica, or you could use pawns or anything to help track players' actions during the game. It's really easy to lose track of what action you're on, especially when you get a chain of events going on or you're doing multiple hunts or whatever. Another thing is, you notice right away on the game board that all the basic actions are indicated by a silver ring and the advanced actions are indicated by a gold ring. I think it's helpful to just do away with the terms basic and advanced right away and just stick to silver and gold. So I think that's mostly how I'll be referring to it in the video. By the way, I am using the deluxe edition of the game. So, if you see like wooden horse pieces or metal coins, and that's different from your copy of the game, that's why. And the last thing I want to talk about, and this will be the most important thing I talk about in the whole video really, is emphasizing when you're teaching the game or learning it yourself, finding a way to understand how a turn is structured. I think it's much more intuitive to present it as 4 steps rather than just 3 steps with multiple actions possible within that step. So I would just always present it to people as 1, a required move, 2, an optional silver action for free, 3, an optional silver or gold action for free, 4, an optional silver or gold action paid for with fur. I think if you can get people to the point where that flow of a turn becomes natural to them, the whole rest of the game comes together pretty easily. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the test. To start things off, yellow's going to move her Cossack, of course. She wants to move 4 total spaces, so she'll move the 2 for free, and then she'll pay a horse to move the 3rd space, and another horse to move the 4th space, and that'll complete her move. Now for her free silver action, she wants to hunt, so she'll remove this 5 token from the landscape tile she's on, and she'll add it to her player mat. Yellow did not pay the correct amount for her move of 4 spaces. For the first few turns of the game, you'll definitely want to refer to this chart until it becomes ingrained. Remember, first 2 moves are free. If you want to move 3, it's a horse. If you want to move 4, it's 3 horses. And if you want to move 5, it's 6 horses. Now yellow gets to take a free silver or gold action, and she'll do a gold action. She wants to buy this landscape tile, which is a gold action, and that is in the fox region. So she'll pay 2 fox tokens to the bag, and then she'll move that tile into her play area. Now she gets to gain those benefits, so we'll start by giving her 2 victory points. 1, 2. Then she gets to gain a coin and 3 horses. Now she wants to take an auxiliary action to get this fox token from the market. She'll pay a number 5 token to the bag and 1 horse. She'll take that fox token. She'll put that onto her player mat, and she'll immediately refill the market from the bag. I wanted to point out here that you don't necessarily have to have your Cossack on the landscape tile you purchase. That's a gold action, and gold actions are limited to the region where you have a Cossack or an outpost, not just the tile your Cossack happens to be on. Alright, continuing on with yellow's turn, she'll skip over the Tsar's Wish card action because she doesn't have anything that would be activated now, and she wants to take a gold action. She wants to visit this village, which is in the region of her Cossack, so she'll pay 1 number 4 token to the bag. This village allows her to receive 1 trophy. She takes a look at her trophy track and sees that the next space down is the number 3 token, so she'll move her marker down and gain 1 number 3 token. Now she gets to gain a reward from the right side, and she'll choose the gain 2 story points reward. And we'll mark those 2 points. To wrap up her turn, yellow will turn her Cossack on its side just to indicate she's done, and we'll move her little marker off of this track. Yellow made the mistake of assuming that the fur tokens on this track are something you gain as you move down the track, but instead they're something you have to pay. So she ended up making a double mistake here. She certainly shouldn't have gained the number 3 token, and since she didn't pay 1, she shouldn't have moved her marker down from the number 2 spot. Now that said, even if you don't have the token to pay to be able to move your marker down, it doesn't mean you can't gain a trophy. It just means your marker won't move. So you would just choose your reward that's equal to the current position of your marker or higher. Alright, let's move on to Blue's turn, and he first has to move his Cossack. He wants to move his Cossack 3 steps, so he'll pay 1 horse for that. And move the steps. 1, 2, 3. He has a Tsar's Wish card that allows him to move 1 extra space anytime he moves his Cossack, so he's going to take advantage of that and move his Cossack 1 additional space. Now he gets to take a free silver action. Blue wants to hunt this tiger in this far right region. He doesn't have his Cossack there, but he does have an outpost in that region. So he'll go ahead and pay 1 horse to bypass the number 2 token, and then he'll gain the tiger. And he'll put that tiger fur on his player mat. Blue should not have taken a hunting action in this landscape tile that did not contain his Cossack. Remember that the outposts enable you to take a gold action in the region where they're positioned. Hunting is a silver action, so it's not affected by the outpost. I should mention, though, that the way Blue conducted the hunt itself was correct. Let's take this tiger over here as an example. Sometimes people assume that because the rules explicitly say to set the tiger off to the side of the lowest token, that you don't necessarily have to pay to move past these tokens to acquire this fur. But that's not the case. That's just you set it to the side just because some of the tiles you run out of space for the tiger. You should still consider it to be below these tokens. So like if you wanted to take a hunting action here and acquire that tiger, you would have to pay a horse to bypass the 2, another horse to bypass the 7, and then take the tiger fur. Continuing on with Blue's turn, he gets to take a free silver or gold action. He'll make it a gold action. He wants to place an outpost in this region with his Cossack, and the only space that's open will cost 2 horses. So he'll pay those 2 horses and then take the outpost from his player mat and place it on that space in the region with his Cossack. He'll skip over the Tsar's Wish card reminder. Now he gets to take either a gold action or silver action, and he'll go with the silver. To pay for this action, he'll place a number 2 token in the bag. He wants to do the trade action, and that has a number 3 token on it. So he'll pay a number 3 token to the bag. Now for the benefits of the trade, he's just going to keep it simple and go with 2 coins. He'll add those to his player mat. And then to wrap up his turn, he'll turn his Cossack on its side and move that reminder marker off that track. may be worth pointing out here that it was fine that blue paid just any old fur for that final silver action. Remember, once you're into this fourth step and have to pay for the action, the only time you have to worry about it being a particular fur is when it's a gold action. And also it was fine that he took 2 coins. With the trade you get 2 benefits. They don't have to be different. You can double up on one if you want. Alright, now it's Red's turn, and she first needs to move her Cossack. She wants to move 4 spaces, so she'll pay 3 horses for that. And move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For her silver action, she wants to make a trade, which will cost her number 3 token, so she'll pay that to the bag. For her first bonus, she wants to advance her Cossack 2 spaces, so she'll do that. 1, 2. And for her second trade bonus, she wants to gain 2 story points. We'll mark those. 1, 2. And now, since she's reached the 2 victory point marker, she'll gain those. 1, 2. That move was wrong because Red misunderstood the VP indicators below the song track to mean you get those points as you advance up the track. Those shields are just showing you what your position on the song track will be worth at the end of the game. Continuing on with Red's turn, she wants to take a free gold action. She likes this yurt down in the 2nd region, and she does have an outpost there, so she'll go ahead and take that. Now to gain the rewards, first she gets 1 story point. She'll mark that point. Then she gets to take 2 fur tokens from the market. She likes these number 7 tokens, so she'll take both of those. She'll add them to her player mat, and she'll immediately refill the market. And then she'll discard that yurt tile. Continuing on with her turn, she'll skip over this Tsar's Wish card reminder, and now she wants to take a second gold action. Her Cossack is in the region with the number 6 token, so she'll pay a number 6 fur to pay for that gold action she's about to take. She wants this Tsar's Wish card that's in the 5th region, and she does have an outpost there, so she'll go ahead and take the card. Now she'll add that card to her player mat, but she does want to get it into play right away, so she'll take an auxiliary action right now. The card requires her to pay 2 number 7 furs, so she'll pay both of those. She'll gain the 1 victory point. 1. And she'll slide the card under her player mat. Finally, she'll turn her Cossack on its side and move that marker off the track to wrap up her turn. Here's what Red did wrong. A little while ago we were talking about how blue could pay any fur for his silver action. Now since Red was taking a gold action, she had to pay a specific fur. But just paying it for the region where the Cossack isn't necessarily correct. You have to pay it matching the region where you're actually taking the action. Now Red had grabbed this Tsar's Wish card from the 5th region where her outpost was, so she was supposed to pay the number 7 fur, not the number 6 fur here. The other thing I wanted to point out here is how Red had paid for fulfilling that Tsar's Wish card. This card was a little bit unusual. More typical would be something like this, where it shows several tiles and you have to possess all the tiles shown and then pay the one in red, which is usually just 1. In this case, though, there was 2 in red, so Red had to pay both of those. So she did it correctly, but just make sure you don't get in the habit of always assuming that you're just paying 1. Take a close look at the card, because some of them do require that you pay 2 tiles. All right, I think we'll wrap things up there. Just 7 questions. It's not a particularly complex game. I think the main thing is just to get over that hurdle of how a turn is structured. A required move, an optional silver action, an optional silver or gold action, and then an optional paid silver or gold action. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on another video.